Hello, and thank you for joining us for this week's Tickets to Inclusivity. A question that I get a lot when I'm out or even at the link that is provided is, what do I mean by being intentionally inclusive? So, in the shortest amount of time possible, I will tell you what I mean by that. Intentional inclusivity is first asking yourself, do you believe all lives matter? Right? And then, do you believe that all lives matter equally? I am not talking about whether you agree with someone's lifestyle or personality or the things or rights and wrongs that they've done, but do you just believe that all lives matter equally? If you do believe that all lives matter equally, then that's like saying you believe that society should work for the most people possible most of the time, right? So the intentionally inclusive part comes in where I'm saying if I believe that it should work for the most people possible most of the time, if I see places where that it is not working for the most people possible, and understand that I don't mean the majority, working for more, right, is not the most people possible if we can add to it. If it's working for the most people possible most of the time, if I see places where that isn't happening, I try to see what I can do to rectify or repair that, right? And that looks different for everyone. For some, that is going to occupy Wall Street, like quitting your job and going to make a statement every day. For me, that looks like making sure that the interactions that I have with, or that the encounters, right, that I try to be intentional about those encounters. It is if I am having, if I want to invite a coworker to a party and I'm like, hey girl, you should come to this party tonight. Oh my gosh, and bring your husband or your boyfriend. I just told her she has a husband or boyfriend, and I've assumed that that's what she has, right? What if she has a wife or a girlfriend? She now may not feel comfortable enough to show up, but if she does, I didn't invite her wife or girlfriend, I invited the boyfriend or husband, where I can simply say things like, bring your spouse, bring a mate, bring a guest, right? Things that are gender neutral and don't make any assumptions. Another thing that I can do is if I am going to have a party or event, or let's say I'm having a dinner at my house. I'm like, everybody, we're coming to my house to have dinner. We're going to eat, all right? And then I invite my friend Amber, who's vegan, and she shows up and she doesn't have anything to eat. I invited her to a dinner. The reasonable expectation is there would be something for her to eat. If I'm going to be intentional, I can say, I'm having this dinner. If you have any dietary restrictions, let me know. I want to make sure you have something to eat too, right? And then I can build my menu accordingly. Intentional inclusivity is also me using my resources, my platform, and my network to make sure that voices that are often maybe not heard or heard as much are. Recently, I was given the opportunity to be a TEDx speaker, and I wanted to make sure, because I knew I would be seen, even if only by the people in that audience, that what I had on came from a black or brown designer, preferably a female, a woman. It's not that I don't like Tommy Hilfiger, that I don't like Tom Ford, that I don't like Chanel, but we know those names. There are names that we don't know, like the designer that I chose, Ngozika Okiki, who is amazing, and I loved wearing an original piece by her, right? Sometimes we think about inclusion like pie, right? The more I give out, the less that there is for me. And I want us to start thinking about inclusion or inclusivity like a body of water. If we are a society, we're all standing and we're holding hands, okay? There are some people outside the circle. They're not in. Inclusion is where we just kind of say, oh, girl, come in. And we open up, right? And we keep scooting down and letting more in. And we make that circle bigger and bigger and bigger. Then, if we are water, we have just created the most powerful force on earth, right? And society is working for the most people possible most of the time. So to me, that's what inclusion is. It's the most powerful force on earth. It allows everybody the opportunity to be their multidimensional selves and enjoy life, as short as it is, the best they can. So I am Amber Booth-McCoy. That is your ticket to inclusivity this week. Thank you, and we hope to see you next Sunday.